a little bit after 9. I'm just getting home from the Falcons and Carolina game. That was an awesome experience. And to my surprise, halfway home, I'm looking at the game on the passenger side. And what do I hear the announcer say? Shedeur Sanders is coming into the game for the official very first time. And before I go into a quick summary of what I saw and what I like tonight, Dillon Gabriel, get well. You have been sacked 19 times. I'm surprised that, nothing serious has happened to you before this game. At the end of the game, it was reported that Dillon Gabriel has a concussion. So even though he's not my pick at quarterback, I wish no injury on any player, which was one of the things that I feel the most, because I've stated several times that Kevin Stefanski will continue to play Dillon Gabriel until he gets seriously hurt, and that is what happened tonight. So Dillon Gabriel, speedy recovery, young man. I mean, I truly, genuinely mean that from my heart. I hate players getting hurt, and this is something that could have been prevented. Of course, football players are going to get injured. That's just part of the game. But Dillon Gabriel sacked 19 times in 5 games. I mean, that's part of leadership and resource management. Let's go back. It was halfway coming down I-20 at 6:04, 6:03, 6:02. I saw Shedeur Sanders get on that field on November the 16th, 2025. And it was just a sign of relief that he has finally gotten his opportunity of glimpse of real experience. He was rusty here and there. We saw a glimpse of the Shedeur that we know of from Colorado in the first 2-3 throws into the game. That's the Shedeur that we know. And of course, after that, it went downhill in terms of throws and targets and sacks. But in the last 3, 4, 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, Shedeur started to warm up. That rust started to come off. He started coming out of that plastic. I knew that this was a real experience for him. And when Kevin Stefanski realized his errors and mistakes, now I saw him talking to Shedeur on the sidelines, eye to eye, looking at Shedeur in his eyes and talking to him on a personal basis, and Shedeur looking at him directly in his eyes. That's what I like. Now, of course, I don't know what the conversation was between the two, but the last time I saw Kevin Stefanski looked in Shedeur's eyes, one-on-one, I truly feel like he said, okay, I'm going to let you play football the way that you want to play. And I really feel like that's when Shedeur opened up the floodgates. Was it successful? Yes. In my book, yes. Did we get the win? No. But Shedeur started coming out of that plastic with them throws down that field. And I truly believe that was a catch in the end zone. I wanted that one. The wide receiver just couldn't hold on to it, but Shedeur threw that ball perfectly. I just love what I saw. It was like a tons of weight I lifted off my shoulders, your shoulders, his shoulders, his family shoulders, the Cleveland Browns fans' shoulder. They just stood up when Shedeur Sanders trotted out on that field. The whole stadium just stood up. It was like, wow, it has finally happened. The release that we have all wanted, the pressure of the release was so exciting. It was so exciting. Shedeur was warming up on that field. You cannot deny Shedeur Sanders. You cannot deny Shedeur Sanders. Oh, and uncut. Oh my God. I'm just happy for this young man. I'm happy for Shedeur. He got his moment. And his press conference post game was awesome. You could just tell that he was just relieved. You could just tell that he was just so excited, and that he even said that he was unhappy about his performance. But I could just tell that even though it was a loss, he was so happy. But and everything that we have been reporting is correct. He has never got first team reps. That was his first time throwing to some of those wide receivers. That was the first time of him getting under center. I think he said the center name was Polk or someone. That was the first time he ever got under center. And as you know, he's never got any first team reps, and he almost pulled it off. He almost pulled off this win. Let's make sure, if you're a Shedeur Sanders hater, you come across this video, anti-Shedeur. He's never threw the Jerry Judy. He's never been on a center. And he still almost got that win. Just imagine if you would have had at least 2 weeks worth of experience with the first team. Oh, if Kevin does right by Dylan and Shedeur, Dylan Gabriel would take 1 to 2 weeks off to recover from concussion, because whatever protocols that the NFL has established, I hope Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns adhere to every condition and every test procedure that must be met before putting Dylan Gabriel out on that field. Because believe it or not, just like we have been invested in Shedeur Sanders, subconsciously we're still invested in the Dylan Gabriel, because he has been part of this journey. I know. I can't believe I said that, but it is what it is. So I hope that Kevin do right by Dylan Gabriel, give him 1 to 2 weeks off. And then Shedeur Sanders, give Shedeur Sanders time, adequate training, adequate first team reps. Like this time. And just what, let's turn we can turn this thing around. So I'm gonna keep it short tonight. Like I said, I just got home. I left home over 12 hours ago. And Tony Talks needs some rest and sleep. But I'm definitely going to come back tomorrow. I need to sleep on this because I'm happy. I'm excited. I want to be able to articulate my words right. And it's just here. It's just here. It's just here. It has happened. I know Shedeur is going to go home, sleep with a smile on his face, may even wake up smiling. And I'm going to show you that clip tomorrow where Shedeur was on that after the game was officially over, and he was on the bench, and he had like his head in his hands, and his hands going through his hair, just rubbing his hair. And I don't think at that time he was, let's say, overwhelmed by what happened or sad because of the loss. I think he was just exhaling also, because all he could think about was, I just played my very first official NFL game. I think he was coming to realization of what just happened, like he actually did it. Of course, I got to see what Kevin's going to do this week, but it's time for me to start taking my Cleveland Browns merchandise out of that plastic. Out of that plastic. And even though the date is wrong on this picture here, I will be updating it officially tomorrow morning. Shedeur has come out. Shedeur has come out of that plastic. And the new NFL underdog story has officially begun. We still have 6 more weeks of the regular NFL season. And guess what? Get your notes, get your drink, and get your vest, because we just started on this journey. We just started on this journey. So I'll talk to you in the morning. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And I'll definitely talk to you tomorrow night. Everybody sleep well and enjoy your night. Raw and uncut. Raw and uncut.